to destroy a narcissist in court so that they are jailed until they die. Go to court with a narcissist. It could be the best or worst thing you ever do. Because narcissists are good at convincing others that they are not guilty, it is hard to expose them. To get ahead of them, you'll need to be very skilled. You should know that they will always tell other people that you ruined everything and were to blame for everything. Narcissists will try to make others believe that the victim is to blame and that their life was great before they came along and messed it up. People say they can tell a narcissist from a mile away, but it's not always true. To really show a narcissist in court, you need a good lawyer, an angry target, and a narcissist who is easy to hurt. It's important to remember that court cases are very private and invasive, so you probably can beat a narcissist there. Take a seat and eat something. There are many ways to beat a narcissist, and this movie will show you them all. First, don't answer anything the narcissist says in court. When they hear false claims or stories about them, even the nicest people can't help but say something. It is very important to stay cool and not get angry. Lawyers and other court staff stress how important it is to show the judge and jury that you are in charge of your feelings when the narcissist says inappropriate things. If you lash out, the judges might think you are the narcissist. Some people say that the best way to beat a narcissist in court is to show them that you can take feedback and know your flaws. But you also don't want to seem lifeless. Finding a balance is very important. Lawyers will usually help and teach the victim how to keep a calm face the whole time, while knowing when to show how sad they are about having to go through this pain. The other side knows that the jury will look at how the other person reacts to decide who the real narcissist is. Narcissists sometimes have trouble keeping their feelings in check, and their actions have gotten out of hand. To show the jury that the victim is really the victim in this case, the lawyers for the victim are trying to get the jury to feel that kind of selfish anger. Second, have the lawyers ask questions that could lead to something. Narcissists don't want anyone to think anything but the best about them. If lawyers want to really beat a narcissist in court, they need to know how to ask the right questions in an interview. One of these questions might be, is the narcissistic partner able to show concern for the kids? Or they might ask, have you really not talked to your kids in 3 months? People ask narcissists these kinds of suggestive questions on purpose to make them angry and bring them to attention. When there is a divorce, lawyers often know that asking these kinds of questions about the children is a good way to get a narcissist angry. They want to ask questions that don't fit with or go against what they said at first or what other witnesses said. They will lose in court if you show them how wrong they are. Lawyers want to show the judge and jury that they are the ones who made things worse by being narcissistic. They also want to show that the victim really is the victim in this case. They also want to show how their selfish behavior has hurt the children's lives if children are involved. The lawyers are looking for people who are being mean. They know that the jury will want to see proof that the person they are working with is a narcissist. As it turns out, it's not always easy to prove that the right interview questions are what start the fire. Third, write down everything. Proof and records are very helpful for lawyers when they are trying to beat a narcissist in court. Lawyers need all kinds of text messages, emails, and even letters to be sent to the victim. They want any proof of abuse, whether it's verbal or physical. Also, they want to find important signs of trickery or gaslighting that has been proven. The narcissist may try to get in touch with you outside of court, and lawyers stress how important it is to keep records of any conversations that happen as a result. They also stress how important it is to record phone calls. The narcissist may not think much of the target that they don't even realize their calls are being recorded. If they think that way, they might call the target and threaten or insult them. They don't realize that it could go wrong. Lawyers are looking for any unpleasant words or actions that will keep the narcissist in the public eye. Also, they want the victims to know how important it is for witnesses to come forward. They usually know at least one person who has seen or heard the abuser, and it's important to write down what they said. One more great way to beat a narcissist in court is to keep track of any attempts by their friends or family to get in touch with them. The narcissist may not try to contact you directly, but instead will use a third party. The lawyers will need to know this person's name and how they are connected to the narcissist in order to do more research. Also, if you learned something today, don't forget to join. Fourth, bring in family or friends who saw the abuse. As was said earlier in the video, lawyers love hearing from outside witnesses. They know that at least one person has seen or heard the abuse most of the time, whether it was over the phone, in person, or through gaslighting with marks on the body. They know how important it is for those people to speak out during a hearing. They should show any proof, like pictures, notes, or texts, that the narcissist and the victim were together. They want them to show up and give them everything they have. There are times when this much proof can help the person win. Narcissists might not know that other people know about their abuse. Bringing other people into the case can help destroy a narcissist in court by putting them off. Narcissists usually don't like it when other people have an opinion or get involved in their personal life. Most of the time, they'll think it was just them, and the target the whole time. You can scare the ego and make them feel weak in this way. On the fifth spot is this silent treatment. Everyone loves a narcissist. Also, they don't like being forgotten or made to feel like they aren't loved. This is the main reason why being quiet is the best way to get rid of a narcissist. Because they love to use this method on people, but hate it when it's used on them. It's the best. They want to know what's going through your mind to decide if you still love them. If you think about them or even talk about them to other people, not giving in to their drama can make you feel bad and make you angry with narcissism. The lawyers can help the ego break down by making them feel the same way you do about them. The silent treatment keeps them from getting what they want because they are not used to not being able to control things. Attention could lead to a temper tantrum. In court, the narcissist will yell at the victim or say, "This wouldn't have happened if you had just listened to me and not acted out like I told you not to." This will prove that the victim is telling the truth and that the narcissist is in charge of the relationship. Sixth, show the court that you are done being picked on. Being less important than other people is something narcissists don't like. They don't like it when people don't follow them. By going to court, you, as the victim, show both the court and the narcissist that you are done with them. It makes narcissists angry when they feel like they're losing power. So losing their partner in front of a lot of people can make them feel bad about themselves and make it hard for them to keep their cool. No longer do they have as much faith in themselves. When they see that you are becoming more sure of yourself, they depend on you and expect you to bow down to them. The narcissist will change how they act when you show the judge and jury that you are in charge of fighting back. They might talk a lot, snap at you, and have a voice that sounds confused. Lawyers will teach you how to destroy a narcissist in court by showing you the right way to answer questions and using the right tone of voice. Seeing a doctor before going to court is number 7. You can really beat a narcissist before you start seeing them if you talk to them about what has happened in the relationship. The therapist can say what they really think is going on at home in a fair and true way. They will be able to tell the courts if the victim really is a narcissist victim, and if they show signs and symptoms of being abused for a long time. This can help the victim's case against the narcissist in court a lot. What if the narcissist didn't think the victim would talk to anyone? It can really throw them off. The narcissist will be shocked when a professional witness tells the judge and jury what they know about the narcissist and how they think they would have hurt the victim's life. This can really help the lawyers make the narcissist look like the worst person possible. And if you liked this video, check out these linked videos to see more. Also, don't forget to leave a comment saying, "I subscribed," and we'll answer it personally. Have you ever found yourself in the company of someone who disregards your feelings and well-being? Their self-centered nature may have been glaringly evident, making it challenging to establish a genuine connection with them. But fear not, you possess the strength to safeguard yourself. It's time to dismantle the facade erected by narcissists and reclaim your independence. Behold these 10 empowering words that will fortify you in dealing with narcissists and safeguarding your well-being. Are you prepared to reclaim your power? Let the journey begin. Let's embark on a journey of creative reimagining for these phrases. Phrase 1. Release the grip. Navigating the presence of a narcissist can be emotionally taxing, particularly when they adamantly refuse to relinquish control in a conflict or competition. Their relentless pursuit of victory renders them incapable of surrender. Even when backed into a corner, narcissists persist in their quest to prevail, leaving you feeling frustrated and defeated. Nevertheless, remember that this is a battle of the mind. Have faith in your own discernment and refuse to allow their actions to dictate your reactions. Display your courage and determination. In due time, they will yield. Prepare yourself for potential repercussions, but stand firm in the knowledge that you are safeguarding your mental well-being and asserting your autonomy as you gracefully relinquish control. Phrase 2. Assert your right to decline. Uttering the word "no" strikes at the core of a narcissist's fragile ego. It challenges their perceived strength and shatters their illusion of being adored. Avoiding the word "no" becomes their primary objective, leading them to employ manipulative and coercive tactics to get their way. However, it's imperative that you assert your boundaries confidently by utilizing the power of "no" when necessary. You have every right to decline a narcissist's demands if they jeopardize your safety or well-being. Prioritize your health and distance yourself from them to avoid succumbing to their persistent pressure. Remind yourself that you possess the autonomy to establish your own boundaries and reject their advances. Embrace the notion that self-care should not be tainted by the false guilt instilled by their manipulative tactics. Third phrase. Accept the phrase, "I don't care." Narcissists love attention and will do anything to make themselves feel good about how important and right they are. Being close to these kinds of people can definitely be draining. Narcissists, on the other hand, can be stopped in their tracks with the words, "I don't care." These 3 words cut to the core of a narcissist's pride, even though they are very simple. Their whole sense of self-worth comes from approval from other people, so saying, "I don't care," is a straight rejection of everything they want approval for. It takes away their reason for being. For narcissists, the deep-seated need for constant praise can be hard to understand. Because they don't have a real sense of who they are, they are always looking for outside approval because they can't feel like they are important without other people thinking so. The fourth phrase, stop having power over me. It can be very hard to deal with a narcissist's constant need to be in charge. That being said, it's important to remember that you can set limits and stop them from manipulating you. By standing up for yourself and ending their control, you take back your independence and put your health first. Keep your cool and take charge of the situation. Make it clear that you won't put up with being used as a tool and that you want to be treated with respect. You don't have to be mean or aggressive to stand up for yourself. You might even earn the narcissist's reluctant admiration if you set clear limits and tell them about them in a calm way. It is possible that they will get angry, but it is still much better than giving in to their wants. 5 words. Say out loud, "It's not about you." Dealing with a narcissist's behavior can be mentally and physically draining when it seems like they think the world revolves around them. But it's important to remember that what they do doesn't make you worth or valuable. In situations where the narcissist tries to put you down or make the focus on themselves, say, "It's not about you." These words have a lot of power, which makes it clear that their deeds and beliefs don't have much of an effect on your life. Do not change your mind, and do not let their actions change how you see yourself. Remember that their whole world rotates around them, but yours doesn't have to. Keep your mind on what's important to you, and don't let the narcissist's actions make you feel bad about your own self-worth. 6th sentence. Push for self-accountability and more duty. It can be really difficult to deal with people who won't admit what they did or take responsibility. But keep in mind that you can only change how you act, not how other people handle things. It can be hard to get other people to be accountable, but it's important for keeping relationships strong. When you're working with a narcissist who always avoids taking responsibility, you need to use the right words to bring down their guard. Stand strong in your beliefs, even if the narcissist tries to shift the blame or make you feel bad for holding them accountable. Being honest about your flaws doesn't make you weak, it makes you strong and brave. 7th phrase. Bring out how inadequate they are. It can get annoying to deal with a narcissist, especially if they are always looking for praise and approval while putting other people down. But saying a narcissist, "You're not enough," breaks down their mask and makes what they say and do meaningless. It breaks them down with the weight of this sentence. When a narcissist realizes that their swollen ego doesn't match up with their real skills or accomplishments, they feel incredibly devastated. It really hurts them, makes them feel like a failure, and makes them want to give up. Narcissists often put on a show of confidence and superiority to hide their real flaws and insecurities. They may deal with feelings of not being good enough and low self-worth, even if they try to ignore your comments. 8th phrase. Show them what they don't know. A lot of the time, narcissists will do anything to avoid facing the truth or admitting their flaws. This makes relationships unhealthy. While telling a narcissist they are wrong about something might be hard, putting honesty and sincerity first is important for building better, more respectful relationships. By being strong and telling the truth, you help your relationships get better. It's easy to deal with a narcissist. Just tell them, "You lack a true understanding." Get ready for the ego-driven answer they might give. They might respond badly or try to get back at you. But don't let how they respond stop you from seeking the truth and staying committed to being honest with yourself and with other people. The 9th phrase. Say out loud, "I am responsible for my life." When a narcissist is around, taking responsibility or accepting fault can be seen as a threat to their power and control. It is important to remember, though, that accountability is not about being in charge. Instead, it's about taking responsibility for our actions and decisions. By adopting this way of thinking, we free ourselves from their control and take charge of our own lives. When a narcissist sees their partner taking responsibility for their deeds and life, they might not like it. They might act in a way that is bothersome or try to stay in charge. Still, it's important to stay strong and put personal growth and development first. Narcissists depend on other people to take their minds off of their own problems and fears, but this doesn't make things better for them. They can only find real solutions if they face their troubles head-on. 10th phrase. Say what you think is wrong. People who are narcissists are very sensitive to criticism. When you point out their mistakes, they might get very angry or try to make you feel less important. But what happens when their ego is shown the truth about their fallacy? When this happens, their response might be even worse. Narcissists hate it when they are shown to be wrong and are afraid of being caught lying. So, pointing out their mistakes can make them angry and lead to revenge, even if it was their own fault. Always keep in mind that getting helpful feedback is a normal part of growing as a person and as a worker. People make mistakes all the time because no one is perfect. Being able to respond positively to comments is important for staying strong and building relationships that matter. Getting through a situation when a narcissist doesn't like being criticized can be hard. However, staying calm and polite can help keep arguments to a minimum. Even though it may be tempting to try to change a narcissist's thoughts or actions, it is usually better to put our own health first and stay away from them. To protect ourselves from the bad effects of narcissistic behavior, we need to put our safety, mental health, and general well-being first. Remember that you are not alone if these words have given you hope and direction. Many people have to deal with difficult situations with narcissists, and it's important to have the tools and support you need to do so. When you're dealing with narcissists, asking for help or direction shouldn't be seen as a sign of weakness. Seeking help through therapy, support groups, or telling trusted family and friends about your problems can be very helpful as you move forward. In the event that you are dealing with a selfish person, know that you are not the only one. If you need help, please look at the information in the text. Feel free to share your ideas and experiences in the area below. And if you found this video useful, please click the thumbs up button. Take care of yourself first and foremost, and make sure you stay safe as you go. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're delving into the curious world of narcissists and their peculiar, often counterproductive decisions, which frequently result in the loss of significant individuals. These individuals offer the narcissist support, love, and resources that are not easily replaced. Sadly, the narcissist struggles to rekindle these connections. The memory of their loss lingers in the narcissist's mind, sometimes indefinitely, haunting them and serving as a constant reminder of what they squandered. Narcissists harbor the belief that they are untouchable, that their actions carry no consequences. They operate under the misguided notion that they can act with impunity. However, reality often proves them wrong. Sometimes, a person enters a narcissist's life not with the intention of imparting a lesson, but fate intervenes, delivering a harsh wake-up call. This phenomenon is destiny or karma, not something the individual orchestrates or desires. The narcissist's coveted source of sustenance vanishes, leaving a significant void. Despite their best efforts, the narcissist finds it impossible to retrieve this individual. Narcissists seek emotional and psychological supply from others, akin to a person scavenging for vital resources to survive. Losing a generous benefactor deeply unsettles narcissists. They exploit these resources to drain the individual of support, affection, and admiration. Methodically devaluing the person, narcissists extract as much supply as possible. Even after discarding the individual, narcissists attempt to wring out the last drops of supply, ensuring they've fully exploited every resource. Narcissists' unquenchable thirst for validation and admiration amplifies the impact of losing a significant source of emotional supply, creating a profound and unsettling disruption. With their inflated sense of self-worth, narcissists often overestimate their control over their emotional sources, mistakenly believing they hold all the cards, and can manipulate these individuals at will. They may resort to tactics like feigning indifference, orchestrating dramatic separations, or employing other forms of manipulation to destabilize the relationship. all in an attempt to extract validation from the other person's desperation. Witnessing someone plead for an explanation, return, or seek their approval fills the narcissist with a perverse sense of satisfaction, feeding their ego and reinforcing their sense of superiority. In this twisted reality, the emotional pain of others becomes a source of personal pride for the narcissist, illustrating the toxic dynamic inherent in narcissistic relationships. These relationships often devolve into a cycle of manipulation, where the narcissist holds sway over the emotional well-being of their partner. When faced with the prospect of losing someone who dares to defy their control, the narcissist may resort to dismissive gestures, proclaiming, "You are no longer of value to me. Your presence in my life is inconsequential." This bold declaration is intended to provoke a reaction, as narcissists expect their targets to respond with desperation and a desire to win back their favor. However, life's outcomes, particularly in matters of the heart, are inherently unpredictable. Some individuals, instead of succumbing to despair, choose to accept the narcissist's actions at face value and walk away, defying the narcissist's expectations. This unexpected turn of events represents a failed gamble for the narcissist, resulting in the painful realization of the consequences of their deceitful tactics and emotional manipulations, as well as the loss of a valued source of supply. This unexpected turn of events serves as a poignant reminder of a fundamental truth about human connections. Individuals have the power to prioritize their self-worth and independence over toxic relationships. For narcissists, grappling with the notion that their actions can inflict irreversible damage proves challenging. The escapee becomes a haunting symbol of the limits of control and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of manipulation and emotional turmoil. This specific scenario illuminates the dangers and unforeseen consequences of narcissistic behavior, puncturing the narcissist's illusion of control and superiority. Losing a significant source of emotional and psychological nourishment is akin to squandering a precious treasure, leaving the narcissist grappling with a profound sense of loss precisely when they need it most. Faced with this loss, the narcissist must confront a difficult choice: accept the void it leaves behind or embark on the arduous journey of attempting to reclaim what was lost. However, the path to recovering the lost supply is fraught with challenges. Firstly, it threatens to expose the narcissist's vulnerability and dependency on someone they sought to dominate or dismiss, dealing a blow to their carefully constructed facade of control and invincibility. Secondly, success is far from guaranteed, plunging the narcissist into a state of powerlessness and anxiety as they grapple with their inability to regain what they once believed was rightfully theirs. Confronted with these adverse effects, the narcissist finds themselves ensnared in cognitive dissonance, a psychological quandary where their beliefs and actions clash with their circumstances. This internal conflict forces the narcissist to confront painful truths about their relationship with their source of supply. They come to realize that they may have exaggerated their significance to the supplier, overestimated their indispensability, and failed to secure the unwavering devotion and adoration they so desperately crave through manipulation. As a result, their self-esteem and sense of superiority suffer a severe blow. Narcissists often grapple with the notion that the lost supply may find greater fulfillment and happiness without their presence. The idea that the supplier could thrive, flourish, and lead a more fulfilling life in their absence is unfathomable to the narcissist. It directly challenges their sense of self-importance and allure. Engulfed in denial as a defense mechanism against the painful acknowledgement of their failure and vulnerability, narcissists only exacerbate their anguish. With a fragile ego, narcissists are loath to acknowledge their shortcomings. They abhor admitting fault, especially when it results in significant loss. Doing so would force them to acknowledge the consequences of their actions, the potential repercussions of their manipulations, and the realization that they are not omnipotent. Consequently, narcissists vehemently resist owning up to their mistakes and the profound impact they have had, yet these thoughts continue to haunt them. The loss of the supplier, particularly the one who managed to escape their grasp, serves as a poignant reminder of their limitations and manipulative tactics. In this scenario, the narcissist is forced to confront the harsh reality of their actions and their far-reaching consequences, a reality they are ill-equipped to handle, thus trapping them in a relentless cycle of remorse, denial, and cognitive dissonance. Upon realizing they squandered an ideal source of supply, someone who provided emotional sustenance, the narcissist finds themselves in turmoil. Once in control, their insatiable greed and the desire for validation through manipulation drove them to push this individual away. This revelation plunges the narcissist into disarray, as their emotional well-being hinges on a steady supply. Without it, their equilibrium is disrupted, and they struggle to maintain a semblance of normalcy. The distress deepens when the lost supply, who was previously subjected to the narcissist's manipulative tactics, appears to thrive independently of their influence. Witnessing their apparent indifference and ability to detach from the narcissist inflicts a blow to their ego and heightens their urgency for reconciliation. The sight of the lost supply moving on without them only serves to elevate their worth in the narcissist's eyes, a stark contrast to the previous perception of them as dependent, insignificant, and lacking in self-esteem and self-respect. The resilience and determination of this individual to build a life free from the narcissist's influence challenges their worldview and intensifies their yearning for what they forfeited. This scenario encapsulates the narcissist's conflicting desires and self-imposed predicament. The more unattainable the lost supply becomes, the greater the narcissist's desire to reclaim it, despite being the architect of their own suffering. The notion that they can control and manipulate others without repercussions emerges as a significant vulnerability for the narcissist. Confronting the reality that their actions have resulted in significant and potentially irreversible losses forces the narcissist to reckon with the impact on their self-perception and emotional equilibrium. Thank you for joining us for this exploration of narcissistic relationships and manipulative behavior. If you found this analysis valuable, please like, comment, and share this video. Your engagement enables us to delve into important topics and promote awareness of emotional well-being. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content.